One of the old-time favorite meals on Christmas Eve is lasagna. I'm Tess, and today I will show you how I make my homemade Italian lasagna from scratch, step by step. It's easier than you think and fun to make. Lasagna is a great meal any time of the year, but really impresses family and friends during the holiday season. Filled with noodles, meat sauce, and of course all kinds of cheesy goodness. This is my classic Italian lasagna recipe, and it will feed a lot of hungry people. I'm starting by making the meat sauce. I have 1 pound of Italian sausage and 1 pound of ground beef. You can use sweet or hot sausage, or you can use all ground beef. Cooking, chopping, and stirring for about 8 to 10 minutes, or until the meat is no longer pink and in small pieces. Adding in 1 large finely diced onion, about 6 cloves of minced garlic, and a pinch of salt and black pepper. Cooking and stirring for about 2 to 3 minutes. I'm adding in a total of 1½ cans of tomato paste, and these are 6-ounce cans. This will help thicken the sauce and add a lot of concentrated tomato flavor. By sautéing the tomato paste before adding any liquid, it will really enhance the flavor of this sauce. Now I'm adding in 1 28-ounce can each of crushed tomatoes and tomato sauce, giving that a good stir and turning up my heat to bring this up to a simmer. For the spices, I have a ½ cup of fresh chopped parsley, 2 teaspoons of Italian seasonings, 2 teaspoons of oregano, and 1 teaspoon of fennel seed. The fennel seed will mimic the spices in the Italian sausage, and it adds a lot of flavor. If you wish, you could also add a little sugar to counter the acidity of the tomatoes. For the festive season, I almost forgot, I have a ½ cup of red wine. This will add another depth of flavor. Another good stir, bringing up to a low simmer, covering and cooking for at least an hour to develop all those flavors. Occasionally, I'll give it a stir. About 15 minutes before the sauce is done, I'm adding in another teaspoon of Italian seasonings and a teaspoon of garlic powder for a boost and freshness and flavor. This meat sauce is great to make in the crock pot or make ahead of time. Then when the day comes to make the lasagna, you have this timely step already done. Now for the ricotta cheese mixture. I have 1 30-ounce container of ricotta cheese. You can use Parmesan or Parmesan Reggiano cheese, or tonight I'm also using some grated Romano cheese. The more cheese, the better. Adding in the ½ cup of grated Romano cheese, a ½ cup of grated mozzarella cheese, 1 large egg, a ½ cup of fresh chopped parsley, and a sprinkle of salt, giving that a good mix and refrigerating until I'm ready. I par-cooked the lasagna noodles for about 3 minutes to make them pliable. The lasagna will be baking for an hour, so the noodles will finish cooking in the oven. And now we are ready to put the lasagna together, and to me this is the fun part. In a deep baking dish, I'm adding some spoonfuls of that wonderful sauce to the bottom so the noodles won't stick. There are 18 sheets of lasagna noodles to a package, so I will have 3 rows of 6 noodles. This is half of my ricotta cheese mixture. I'm just putting some spoonfuls and leveling out as best I can. Sprinkling with some grated Parmesan cheese and a little mozzarella cheese. This is more of the meat sauce, and don't make the layers too thick. Another layer of lasagna noodles. This is the second half of my ricotta cheese mixture. A sprinkle of Parmesan, Romano, and mozzarella cheese this time. Another layer of that delicious meat sauce. And a final layer of the noodles and meat sauce. Finally, sprinkling with some Romano cheese. Covering with parchment paper and foil. This lasagna is going into a 375-degree preheated oven for 30 minutes. 30 minutes is up and the kitchen is smelling fabulous. Of course, we have to top it off with more mozzarella cheese. Baking uncovered for an additional 20 to 25 minutes. My entire family smells the lasagna and they want to dig in. But you have to be patient. Let the lasagna rest for a good 20 minutes so the cheese sets and the pieces don't fall apart when serving. It will be worth the wait, trust me. What can I say? This homemade classic Italian lasagna is the bomb. It will feed a lot of family and friends, and it freezes really nicely as well. Serve with some garlic bread and a side salad, and maybe a glass of wine. I hope you give my homemade classic Italian lasagna a try, and enjoy. Happy holidays! If you like this video recipe, please hit the like and subscribe button. Remember to hit the bell next to the subscribe to make sure that you get my future video recipes. You can also find me on Facebook and at my website. Feel free to share this recipe and my channel with your friends and family. And until next time, much love!